Now at 6, just days after Miami-Dade County faced criticism for not having its fireboats available after a July 4th boating tragedy that left 4 people dead and a dozen injured, Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Gimenez proposed a budget today that takes $3 million from the fire department and gives it to the libraries. CBS 4 investigator Jim DeFede spoke to the mayor about that, and it got pretty heated, didn't it, Jim?
That's right, Elliot. Given this weekend's tragedy, I asked, how could he propose moving more than $3 million from the fire department to the library when that money would be more than enough to restart the valuable fireboat program? And as you said, our conversation quickly grew heated.
I can pay for the fireboat right now with the millage that we're proposing by cross-utilizing the personnel. Excuse me, that is your opinion, and I don't think you're a firefighter, and I don't think you're a fire chief, okay? And you never were.
A defiant Mayor Carlos Gimenez blaming the union for the fireboat being out of service. After the county cut the $2.5 million program 3 years ago, Gimenez proposed last year that the fire crew at the Port of Miami also staff the fireboat.
We could have had our fireboat in service, had the union allowed us to cross-utilize the members that are at that port station.
So rather than just blaming it all on the union, why aren't you coming up with another proposal?
Why should I have to? That is a very good proposal. What is wrong with that proposal? Because you don't like it? Is that it? Is that the reason? Because you don't like it?
Union leaders say the port is required to have a full-time crew on site, and that since the county spent millions creating the fireboat program, they should also be willing to commit staffing to it, especially since Miami is a boating capital. Just seems like you come up with a lot of alternatives, a lot of ways to fix problems. When it comes to things like the American Airlines Arena, when it comes to trying to find a place for Beckham Stadium, when it comes for the Dolphin Stadium. But why aren't you coming up with some leadership issues on this?
I have.
You told the union it was this or nothing, and then you said nothing.
Because it's very viable. And you just can't buckle to whatever the union wants.
And in the meantime, people are dying on the water.
Excuse me. You can't blame this on the fireboat. You can't. There are people dying all over this town.
Do you know for sure that nobody would have been saved if the Miami-Dade fireboat was out there?
Oh, I can say with 99% certainty. As
I pressed him that as mayor, it was his responsibility to lead on this issue and find workable solutions, he dug in. And
we could have had that.
Is that you think you know what's right in this case, so you're going to be stubborn on it rather than trying to find a solution to a problem?
I am being just as stubborn as you are.
Now, people should know that, of course, Mayor Gimenez was the fire chief in the city of Miami.
He was.
And, you know, he went
I am not. I've never been a fire chief. He was.
Yeah. But the issue of the libraries, why are we singling out the libraries? Because the mayor did take money from the libraries before.
One of the points that the mayor made to me was that, indeed, earlier, several years ago, he transferred some money from the library system to help the fire department in time of need. And so this is just a sort of a way to come back at it. My point at the end of the day is this. Look. We all acknowledge now there's a problem. Even the mayor acknowledges he needs these fireboats on the water. Whether it's the union concessions or whether it's the mayor's leadership, somehow we need to step up and fix this problem. We talked about this last November. Since then, more people have died on the water. And until we get something done, I'm going to keep asking and pressing these questions.
And how much of this is posturing because he is facing the union and they have demands about the personnel on the fireboats?
And that's it. So we're in a situation now where the two sides are actually posturing to see who gets the best advantage in labor negotiations, when at the end of the day, what we really need to be caring about is protecting those who are on the water.
All right, Jim, I know you're on top of the story for us. Thank you very much.